United Methodist leaders are proposing to divide the church.
The proposal would create a new denomination for more conservative members. This is in response to a discussion the church has been having for years regarding the LGBTQ community and their inclusion.
Sydney Edwards has more on how this decision began and what the proposal could turn into. Sydney.
Josh and Kim, it was back in February 2019 when UMC members from across the world met in a special meeting to discuss changing language in their policies to greater include LGBTQ members. Then they decided to keep things the way they were. In fact, they made some policies more strict. Now this issue is coming back up at a big vote that's coming up at the church's upcoming international conference.
This debate in the United Methodist denomination has been taking place since 1972.
Becky Hall is the executive director of Christ Methodist Church in Chattanooga and is one of the 860-some delegates that will vote on this issue in May.
I think for the most part, we try to stay very open and loving. Everyone is a child of God.
However, she believes many churches are sticking to their discipline during this time by not performing marriages for LGBTQ members.
And they are opposed to ordaining them as clergy.
Those two issues stand in the forefront of the new proposal to start a new denomination for UMC members with more traditional views.
You know, I hear all the time, well, why don't people just read their Bible? Well, everybody's reading their Bible, but everyone, depending on their history, their backgrounds, their leanings, can have a different interpretation.
However, the decision isn't only up to delegates from the U.S. The vote will be taken globally.
And most of the global delegates do not understand why the U.S. is so focused on this issue.
That's because Hall says some countries are dealing with civil wars, wondering if they'll have food to eat or water to drink. She also says many countries outside of the U.S. believe in traditional views, but there are some progressives and folks who settle in the middle.
Somehow it would be wonderful to create a place where we could all worship and focus and praise God and be united.
Now, regardless of discussions right now, Becky Hall asks folks not to worry because the final vote won't be until May at the church's international conference. She says if that vote changes things for their denomination, it could still take years before it affects local congregations. Kim.
Sydney, thank you. And Becky Hall also says between now and the conference in May, this might just be one of many proposals regarding inclusion for the LGBTQ community.